This is a follow-up question, and again, we'll take the same order on this. Mike, you'll be answering first. In the past 10 years, what have you done in your respective careers to distinguish yourself as a leader? Why do you consider yourself to be worthy of carrying our voice and our values to Washington?
This may be the most stark difference between Todd and myself, is our life experience. While the congressman went to a great school in California and received his law degree, he left college, spent a few months, I'm told, working at a local law firm, and immediately went into politics. For the past 18, I think that's the right number, 18 years. I'm sure that'll be corrected, but for the last some number of years, he spent his life either in Harrisburg or in Washington, D.C. During that same time, and a few years before that, I'm a few years older than Todd, I'm 54 years old, I've spent my life working with people, creating jobs, creating opportunities for people and families to enjoy great success. As I mentioned earlier, it was such a proud moment when 4,000 people could sign the back of a paycheck that they had earned, that they had worked very, very hard for. When I came to the Manufacturers Association in 2002, I found an organization that was bankrupt. What the organization asked me to do is to save it. What can we do? I used my past experience in working with people, in working with business, where we now have today an organization that is doing quite well. I'm very, very proud of that. When we talk about leadership, that's something that you earn. It's sort of like an ethical thing. You earn leadership. It's not something that somebody gives to you. The key to leadership is to surround yourself with smart people. I learned a long time ago, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But I also knew that if I surrounded myself with good people, quality people, smart people, that we were going to be successful as a team. And that's what I would do in Washington, D.C.
Todd, in the past 10 years, what have you done in your respective career to distinguish yourself as a leader? Why do you consider yourself to be worthy of carrying our voice and our values to Washington?
Well, I am honored to stand on my record. And it's not just my record, it's a record of my staff, how we work together as a team. It's constituent service, helping thousands of citizens be treated right by their federal government. It's how we work together and hearing your voice so I can know what you're worried about, concerned about, and how I vote. It's how I conduct my campaigns, positive campaigns based on contributions from individuals for the privilege of serving you. So I'm glad to stand on that record. I find it interesting in the literature that's put out that I went to a California law school. They forget to mention that it's a Christian-based Church of Christ law school that Ken Starr is currently the dean of. It's not some liberal law school in California. It's a law school that promotes public service. You can probably guess why I went there. Instead of it being about big law firms, it's about serving others. I was honored to get my law degree from Pepperdine and to do what they trained me to do, to serve. But I'm also proud to stand on my whole record, not just the last 10 years, my life experiences. My first job, $1 an hour, sweeping floors, taking the garbage out at a snack bar next to York Little League, working in a minus 10-degree freezer, working my way through college at Small's warehouse, being a cashier in a drugstore, and probably most importantly, being the parent of two amazing young men. My life experience that best serves me to serve you is as a father. There's nothing that impacts you more than being a parent and raising children. The life experiences that our family have enjoyed and worked through over the past year, what makes me a person grounded in right and wrong, and grounded in we need to look out for each other. The lessons my mom and dad gave me, I'm giving to my children. And that is what has prepared me best to continue to serve you, as I believe it's served me well in serving you in the past.
Mike, you have 1 minute.
I guess this is the one-upsmanship. I only earned 50 cents an hour my first job. Pumping gasoline
I was overpaid.
We had no minimum wage law then, I guess. Pumping gasoline at a little service station in Windsor, Pennsylvania. I've lived here all my life. I think what that taught me, because my family was very poor, there were many days when I would come home from school and I wasn't sure there was going to be anything to eat for dinner. So at the age of 12, I had to go to work. I think that taught me an awful lot. I think that taught me to appreciate the things that I have today and the things that I have earned along the way. I want to take that same theme, that same message, that same passion to Washington, D.C., because they should feel the same way. They're not spending their money. They're spending your money. They need to appreciate the value of your money every day.
Todd, 1 minute.
Again, I would just focus on the whole picture, my life experiences throughout my life, and how I've conducted, because the question is the last 10 years. It's the approach I take. It's coming home to you. It's being out at 800, just about approaching 800 Eagle Scout ceremonies to pay tribute to young men in this community who are doing well, giving back, to Gold Star recipients in Girl Scouts. Being out there, being an example for young people. It's how I've stayed engaged and part of this community. I don't work 8 to 5. I don't go to D.C. in the morning and get there at 8 and punch out at 5. The reason I come home every night is because I know I can see my boys in the morning, because the job I do for you means I may not see them at the end of the day. Awake. I will see them, but they may be asleep. Again, I come back to the approach I take is stay grounded. And if I'm not a good father, a good husband, I'm certainly not worth a damn as your congressman. So I'm first going to focus on my priorities at home, and that will serve me well in serving you.